Right, so now at least I have the...
Come on, Nico. Pearl's giving me the code to the door.
That.
What? Pearl? Who? How?
Trust me, Nico. I've got friends in low-hanging places. Huh. There's no one here.
Looks like everything has been shut down.
Help!
Ah, I knew I forgot something. Right, so let's jump back in.
There was a metal box on the floor. A metal lunchbox. Someone sure wanted to keep their cheese safe.
Hey, is anybody there?
Whoa! Did you hear that?
We're stuck in here. Help!
How about that, Nico? A talking lunchbox. Huh. What will they think of next? I better take it with me. The wheels were part of the cable car mechanism. The huge cogs were part of the cable car mechanism. They looked very powerful. There was no lock, but the door wouldn't open.
Go away!
Hello?
Georges? There's someone in there.
Are you all right in there?
Just go away.
Wait, please. We mean you no harm. Please, come out.
I'm staying right here until I know it's safe.
The cables were suspended in a huge contraption that ran the cable cars up and down. The control panel looked complicated. It wasn't powered up, and the smell of burnt electrical components hung ominously in the air. The cogs turned, but the rest of the mechanism didn't seem to be engaging. The console circuitry looked pretty complex and dangerous. The console circuitry looked pretty complex and dangerous.
I'm guessing I can't touch that. Okay.
No one was manning the counter. How do we persuade her to come out?
We need to make friends with her.
Wait, please. We mean you no harm. Please, come out.
I'm staying right here until I know it's safe.
A talking lunchbox. Locked. With no key, I was going to have to find a way to break into it.
Not used for the paperclip,
The
at
lock
least.
was too well made to be picked.
Oh, God damn it.
Well, that didn't work. Never in a month. That wasn't... That wouldn't make any sense. Sharing pets back at school always made me friends. Come on, Trevor, do your stuff.
That was a guess.
I guess she's not into pets. It's all right, Trevor. There's nothing wrong with you.
No.
You must be hungry in there. Would you like a cookie?
No, go away.
I needed a better idea. That wouldn't have worked. That would be pointless. If it was a kitten in there, I'd have a winner. That wouldn't make any sense. There was no lock to pick.
There's not a lot I can actually do in here now.
With Langham and his thugs out there, it was far too dangerous to be walking about. Besides, I was convinced that we could make the cable cars work from in here.
Oh, okay. Oh, hang on. No, stop it!
The cable cars were scheduled to run all day.
Maybe I do that now the hatch is open?
The control panel looked complicated. It wasn't powered up. That wouldn't work. That wouldn't have worked. How can we get this console to work?
I think that girl is the answer. I want to know what's in the box.
Can you get this open?
No, sorry. I don't think a press card and a mop would be much use there. Maybe there's something in this station we can use.
Oh. Thanks, Nico.
The box was now wedged in the cogs, or rather, the giant can opener.
That's quite a mess you've made there, Georges.
You know what they say about making omelets, Nico?
You can't make them without strawberry jam?
Strawberry jam omelette. Okay.
Just as I thought, it's a two-way radio.
Can anyone hear me?
Dwayne, this is George. George Stobbart.
Holy cow, George, just the fella I need. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, Dwayne, and don't you worry, I'll have you out of there in a minute.
You reckon you can get the cable car running again?
No, the console isn't working properly. I've got no idea why not.
George, this is Pearl. Get Kat to help you. She knows everything about that place.
Kat? Is she the girl in the closet?
Has she locked herself in? Oh, dear. Let me talk to her, darling.
Strawberry jam was smeared all over the machinery. The box was mangled beyond repair. Kat, I found you a friendly voice.
How do you know my name?
Kat, dear, it's me, Pearl.
Pearl? How did you get here? That's not possible.
Listen, darling, it really is me. But I'm talking on the radio. George here is a very decent guy, and you should open the door.
I'm not going to fall for that. Prove it's you.
All right. Remember we discovered we both love musicals?
Yeah? And my favourite one is?
How does it go now? Help me out. I am the very model of a modern major general.
Of information, vegetable, animal, and mineral.
I know the kings of England, and I quote the fights historical.
From Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I'm very good in integral and differential calculus.
I know the scientific names of beings and amalculus.
In short, it matters vegetable, animal, and mineral.
I am the very model of a modern major general.
All right, only Pearl would know that, and I trust her. Who are you?
I'm George, and this is Nico. How did you end up in a closet?
There were some guys with guns. They took over the whole station. I hid in here.
We're trying to avoid them too.
I was quite surprised, you know. They never mentioned guns at the job interview.
Really? We need to use the cable car. Can you operate it?
Yeah, if the console was working, but they sabotaged it.
And there's no way to get it started?
There might be. Let me see. See that burned out fuse down there?
In the back by the prongs?
Yeah. The idiots stuck a spanner in there and blew the fuse. They wanted to make sure no one could use the cable cars. Connect those two prongs somehow, and the console should restart.
How on earth are we going to reach that?
I don't know. But don't stick your arm in there. You'll get fried.
I needed to electrically connect the two prongs to hotwire the console. The console looked complicated and dangerous. I needed to avoid touching anything that could give me a shock. Not a snowball's chance.
Oh, for fuck. One sec. Okay, eyes back.
Trevor could help, but I couldn't just throw him in there. I set him down at the edge where it was safe. That wasn't worth trying. Go, Trevor, go! There had to be something missing.
Oh, well, at least come back to his little matchbox.
I realized if Trevor could carry the paperclip, then he could hotwire the prongs. But the clip would fall off his back before he got there. Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time. That would be pointless. Good boy, Trevor.
I need the jam.
Well, I'd done stranger things in my life. The paperclip was now all sticky. I stuck the paperclip onto Trevor's back. He was now fully equipped.
Oops.
Go, Trevor, go!
I think this might be the end for Trevor. Nope. He survived it.
Poor Trevor looked like he needed therapy, but the console was working. The console, it's working.
Cool. I can send you down there if you want. Let me just bring the cable car up here.
Pearl and Dwayne are going to be mighty relieved.
Oh, they must have been going down in the other cable car.
Come on, Nico. There's no time to lose. As we got closer to the face in the rock, I knew for sure that we were on the right track. It was definitely the same as the face in the painting, but with one difference. The symbol of the tabula was missing from the rock formation. Well, here we are.
But no way to reach the face. Let's have a look around. There must be a way up. Georges, the chapel looks like it's been built right into the rock.
You're right. We should take a look inside.
I wonder, how old do you think the chapel is?
I'm guessing the exterior's a couple of 100 years old, but the inside? Who knows? Some parts could be much older.
You think somehow this chapel might be connected to the face in the rock?
At a guess, I would say so. Hey, look, it's Pearl and Dwayne.
Come on, honey bun. Things ain't that bad.
You just don't understand. Today's been a disaster.
But
The monastery was closed. We got stuck in the cable car. And now this place is a building site.
aw, sweetie pie.
This was supposed to be the spiritual highlight of our trip, Dwayne. But the only spirit I see is that rotten turpentine over there.
Aw, heck.
Clearly, the Hendersons weren't having a great vacation. Wood shavings. This was one building site that needed Mr. Tidy. They smelt exotic. It was an old crank handle. It was a stone carving showing a kneeling figure. A battered oil drum had been tucked into the scaffolding. The scaffolding was a little loose. Everything rattled. It made a surprisingly dulcet noise.
Okay, don't climb that scaffold then.
It produced a dull sound when I rapped my knuckle against it. It produced a dull sound. It produced a dull sound.
Have I got to tune all this?
It was a selection of tools.
Or what did I take?
It was a hammer with a long, thin head, usually used with a chisel to carve stone. Lots and lots of candles. Great to see you again, Mr. Henderson.
Great to see you too, George. Great work back there with the cable car.
Is Pearl okay?
I wish. I'm afraid we're having one of those days where everything goes wrong.
Tell me about it. What have you been up to since we last met in Quaramonte?
Well, there was that little sideshow in Rome, but we can't talk about that. You know why, George.
I do? I do.
Why?
Top secret.
Need to know, Nico.
I was going to say, hang on a minute.
Dwayne is, snoozer.
Don't you mean a sleeper?
No way, honey. A snoozer's at least 2 pay grades up from a sleeper. So I hear. Anyway, I don't believe I've had the pleasure, Miss,
Nicole Collard. Call me Nico.
Well, how's about that? So this is the beautiful Nico. No wonder you've been hiding her away from me, Georgie boy.
Gosh, no,
It's lovely to finally meet you too, Mr. Henderson. George has told me so much about you.
Oh, call me Dwayne, my dear. And let me assure you of one thing. Everything you've heard is quite possibly true.
Dwayne was loud, large, and short-sighted, but boy was he a charmer. Is there anything we can do for Pearl?
I sure as hell hope so, George. She's been planning and researching this trip for years, our little pilgrimage. And Santa Cova Chapel here was the cherry on the cake. Not a thing she don't know about this place. Madonna, blah, blah, blah. Chapel built in, yada, yada, yada. She's Santa Cova's very own walking encyclopedia. Well, weeping encyclopedia, I should say.
So what brings you to Santa Cova?
Pearl's idea from the get-go. Ever since the unfortunate car accident back home, she's been scouring those pilgrimage brochures. Gotta be full of wonder and life-changing imagery. Got to have penance potential. Got to offer a real spiritual experience.
Well, I'm sure this place will be very spiritual once it's finished.
If the chapel is not what she expected, how about the monastery?
Hot dog, no. That place is for tourists, not pilgrims.
You said she expected a spiritual experience?
Well, that's what the brochure promised. Pilgrimages, little monk fellas, singing, shafts of light, the whole shebang.
Smells, bells, and heavenly lights.
Yeah, that's what the lady wanted. Oh, excuse me, Pearl needs me. There, dear.
Pearl could be a mine of information about the chapel, if we could just cheer her up. Pearl.
Shh, she doesn't want to be disturbed.
Hi, Dwayne.
Hey, George.
Did you see the Black Madonna?
Oh, you betcha. She's the little lady we came to see, though Pearl's in too much of a state to even look at her.
Hey, that tune you were whistling earlier, it sounded familiar.
Oh, it's Schubert's Ave Maria. In our courting days, me and Pearl used to hang out with the Campanology Society. It was Pearl's favorite.
How you holding up?
Oops.
Me? Oh, I'm fine. Pearl, on the other hand.
How's Pearl doing?
She's pretty upset, George.
Well, maybe she just needs a hug.
Is that the best you got? The last time she was in a mood like this, I tried the old hug routine.
Didn't go well?
I still have the scars, not just the mental ones.
What can you tell me about Santa Cova?
Well, Pearl's the expert, not me. She knows everything there is to know about this chapel.
I thought maybe a squirt of Brett might cheer her up.
Very considerate of you, George, but Pearl prefers a flowery scent.
Dwayne wouldn't... He wouldn't want to see it. I didn't... He probably wouldn't... I didn't think he'd be interested. Dwayne...
Okay, I
I didn't...
don't think any of this is going to be any useful at all.
Good thing we had the radio.
In my line of work, I'm always prepared.
For what?
Well, thieves. I gotta protect my lunchbox somehow, George. Oh, excuse me. Pearl needs me. There, dear.
The view over the valley was spectacular. It was a half-empty bottle of turpentine. That would... The hammer produced a promising sound. A.
What are you up to?
Look, I made a Churchenspiel. That sounded like an A. B, if I wasn't mistaken. Wrong. It was rickety scaffolding cluttered with tools and supplies. G. That didn't sound right. Well, that was fun. That would be pointless. That was never going to work. Nico? So what did you mean by smells, bells, and heavenly lights?
I'm talking about the authentic church experience.
Oh, I see. Smells, bells, and heavenly lights. Any idea how old the chapel is?
That's what I asked you.
So, we basically don't know anything.
That's the long and short of it, George.
Poor Pearl.
She's in quite a state. If we're going to find the tabula, her knowledge is key.
So, all our hopes are pinned on an American tourist.
I pin my hopes on an American tourist all the time.
Got any ideas for smells?
Have you found any incense? Church smells don't get much more authentic than incense.